Hi there. I don't know if you've had the chance to check out the recent podcast that Sarah, Abby and I did talking about eating disorder recovery in an inpatient unit. The kind of the ups and the downs and the fact that it can be quite a toxic environment. But it is worth looking at whether you've been in inpatient yourself or you're somebody that's on the cusp of going in it, or dare I say it, somebody who is almost fantasizing over or romanticizing about the idea of needing to end up inpatient to prove that their eating disorder has worsened enough such that they need to have recovery. Now, I'm making this point because not for the first time this week, I've been reminded of incidences where families are finding that they've got a young person in the family who seems to be so wedded to the idea of needing to quantify their level of sickness by getting so poorly that they are admitted to a hospital. Well, I can only just implore you to remember that there are no levels of sickness in terms of an eating disorder. If you have an eating disorder, you're sick, you're poorly, it's a brain malfunction that you need to sort out. You need to get the other side of this illness. It does not matter what your BMI is. It does not matter how long you've been sick. It does not matter whether your community services team is jumping on board to see you once a week. It does not matter whether you are battling it alone or with other people, whether you are paying thousands of pounds to a psychologist or whether you've been offered a place in a hospital. It does not matter. An eating disorder needs sorting out. Whatever age you are, whatever sex you are, whatever race you are, your eating disorder needs to be dealt with. And I cannot express more strongly to somebody that thinks that therefore will prove to be a measure of the level to which they have somehow succeeded at succumbing to their eating disorder. I cannot tell you how disordered that function is in your brain. I know, I've been there. I understand that often there is a kind of personality trait in someone who gets hell-bent on this pathway to an eating disorder that thinks, and when I'm at this point, I will have succeeded. And when I am at that point, I will have been good at it. Well, you know what? The only thing you need to be good at is recovery. Recovery from your eating disorder. Going into hospital is absolutely something that is the worst case scenario for everybody. Yes, it's the best case option when treatment is needed and when a symptom interrupter is the only way that it's going to get that person to start getting well again. But good God, we don't want a single person to end up in hospital if we can help it. It's not an easy environment. And as you'll hear on the podcast that Sarah and Abby and I talk about, it's really quite an uncomfortable environment, a real loss of liberty, and really quite frightening and hostile and challenging in certain circumstances, albeit the people that are there as caring professionals who want you to be well. But I really don't want you to romanticize that idea of a hospital. If you have a family right now and you are in the bosom of that family household and you have the opportunity to get well with your family and an organisation like us or another sort of network of friends and family to cheerlead you and to support you through, and you believe with the extra help, whether it's therapeutic or otherwise, out in the community, if you believe that it's possible for you to start to do that, let us help you do that. Please, please don't put a hospital on a pedestal, and certainly do not think that it's only by reaching the depths of despair that you need to go into hospital that somehow that summarises that you are sick enough. If you have an eating disorder, you are sick, you are poorly, you need help. Please reach out if we can assist you. All right, take care.